Like Telemachus listening to Menelaus tell of the Trojan horse. Come on over, Joey. We've missed you. Giving you a little break from weather today. All right, like Telemachus listening to Menelaus tell of the Trojan horse, we gather around our movie buff, Emma Jerome, to talk to us here on her take on Christopher Nolan's smash hit take on the Odyssey. Take it away, Calypso.
Yeah, certainly this is what people tune in. They want to hear what I have to say about the summer's biggest movie so far. So yes, the Odyssey, the biggest blockbuster of the summer, came out last weekend. Of course, it came out Friday, so I saw it Thursday. And here are my thanks, Joey. Here are my thoughts about it. It was marketed in such a way that I feel like was almost guerrilla. I didn't necessarily see it get the level of hype marketing that a Marvel movie would, or that the most recent rom-com will. But in the level of marketing that it did get, it was still extraordinarily popular. It brought in massive numbers at the box office, and when you go to see this movie, you will understand why. Christopher Nolan, it's like he takes 2-year sleeps and pops up with the greatest movie that you've seen in years. People probably pitting this versus his most recent success, Oppenheimer, against each other for, is that the best movie I've seen in the last decade? And there are a few reasons why I think it was so fantastically popular. I think Christopher Nolan's creativity when it came to interpreting some of the events of the Odyssey. For an example, I can lay out his idea of the underworld. In all of the Greek mythology, visualizations, movies, TV shows, I have never seen it like this. And one of those choices is part of why I think his creativity is so stunning. What I was a little cautious about going into this, I feel like when you stack a movie with the number of A-list celebrities, we're talking Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Charlize Theron, Anne Hathaway, just to name a few, there's always the risk of Zendaya.
Right.
The risk of Zendaya is honestly like the best surprise that can ever happen. But I feel like there's always the risk of like, are you just putting these names in here to get people to go? Like, what do you actually have to stand on? But it was not like a true movie. Matt Damon was the star. These people were just supporting. His use of Peter Jackson-esque practical effects without CGI the use of AI, I think was remarkable. And the second act had me near levitating out of my seat. It's 2 hours and 52 minutes, but it doesn't feel like that long. It feels 1000% captivating and with enough momentum to move you along while also walking out of the theater and being like, oh my gosh, like I just remembered that happened in the movie because it happened like 2 hours ago. I saw it in a normie theater chain. Joey got to see it how it was intended to be seen at 70mm at the Hollywood Theater.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
What were your thoughts?
It's funny that you were talking about that compared to Oppenheimer, because we went to a late showing at like 10 o'clock and you put it best. 3-hour movie. I was very excited, but you never know at that time. A 3-hour movie's hitting in the dark. And so I told my friends, look, Oppenheimer was a 3-hour movie and it was really good. How are we going to stack this up? And he's like, honestly, same, faster, and he goes, more stimulating. And I agree, so much is happening. It doesn't feel 3 hours, and probably for the last 30 to 45 minutes feels like you just drank 3 Monster energy drinks and you're just wired the whole time.
It's like you wish you could watch it faster because you want to know what happens, and it is that, like you said, like stimulating and engaging. I am not in the camp of people who are like, you've had 3,000 years to read this, so there's no way to spoil it. I'm not going to list out any spoilers because I think a large population of people, myself included, never read the Odyssey, so we don't know the beginning, middle, end of the story. But the Greek mythology, I feel like, is super universally appealing. It's spoken in simple English. It is, I believe, if you have kids that can handle a certain level of, let's say, like violence and those sort of intensity, a teenager could totally go see this and really enjoy it. I think it's going to be a movie that people are talking about for a long time. And early Oscar prediction, I think Anne Hathaway is at least going to get a nomination, if not win Best Supporting Actress.
She was excellent. Yeah.
For this movie.
I read something online, and you maybe I'm movie buffs, you can confirm. I read that Christopher Nolan would not let people wear Uggs or
did hear
certain
that, yeah.
shoes on set because it would break them from what he was like creating on the set. So I don't know. I love to hear about that kind of intention from
Or
a
the
director.
music score was recorded with instruments that would have been around during the time that Homer wrote the Odyssey. So
Wow.
like loops and lyres and sticks.
Interesting.
I left that theater saying I can't remember the last time I've been so immersed in a movie where I'd like look around and be like, oh my gosh, like I'm in, you know, the Hollywood Theater in Portland. Yes, that's right. He just told us there's a scene where they're in the ocean and dolphins are coming and it's beautiful. You come to find out after that was pure accident. They just happened to see dolphins.
Just
That's
happened to
amazing.
see
Wow.